Hi. Well, it's been a while since I've done a demo, so I am going to do one this morning because I have nothing to do. I have plenty of things to do, but this is me procrastinating. And I'm trying to share this to my page because I don't know how to tag myself in anything. Post. Okay. So, I'm going to do a full face, probably a little bit more intense than a day look because I want to feature, we have a couple new products that I have in stock and that are available that I wanted to show you guys. First off, we have a whole new hair care system and I haven't used it yet, so I haven't really advertised it. But I have used a couple of the new guys. We've got a few new Shadowsense colors that I really like. I've only used one because these two are up for grabs. I stole this one from my own collection. But this is called Rustic Brown, and I'll use it in this demo. But I'll show you it compared to Garnet. You don't really see a whole lot of difference. This is Garnet, this is Rustic Brown. So it's a little bit more, cooler brown than this is warmer brown. But what I like about it is I feel like it's more pigmented. So like when I want a really dramatic brown smoky eye or just a brown lid, I'm going to this one more. Garnet's just a little bit more subtle, and I find that if I want it really dark, I have to apply more layers, which you can do that with Garnet, but Garnet will give you that variation if you want different shades of brown, whereas this is just dark. This is just dark brown. There's no really having a lighter version of this. So that's a big difference between those two. These two, this is Bandana Shimmer, and it's a really pretty shimmery color for Shadowsense, because they're starting to come out with more pigments and more color options because it was basically basic neutrals. Look at my face. Yeah, these lights. We'll fix that. And then this is turquoise. So you got a nice, pretty turquoise color. And I have these two in stock for sale if you want them. I'm starting this week, today. I'm going to start posting things. I have a holiday mystery hostess sale. We haven't done one of those in a while, so should be fun. The other thing that I have is a rose gold gloss. It's got a lot more shimmer and sparkle to it. And it's really pretty. I haven't opened them yet because I'm hoping to sell them. But all the pictures make it look gorgeous. So there's that. Let me put those in there so I don't accidentally use them. The last thing that I've used lately, it's the Lash Sense by Shadowsense. It's the Voluminous. So I usually use Lash Sense, the long-lasting waterproof mascara. This comes in waterproof too. This is focusing on volume. I noticed I do like this better for work, and I did not get the waterproof version of this because I figured I already had this. But my thing with this is it's very focused on volume. So if you're wanting super thin lashes, not going to be the one for you. This is very good. It gives you a very nice, longer, more natural looking lash. I love the original. But this is really nice if you want some bold lashes, don't feel like putting falsies on or anything. Really nice. I have noticed that the applicator, I have to kind of squeegee it off. It doesn't get like the end off, and I've made so many mistakes at getting mascara where I don't watch. So if I see any clumps, I just wipe it off on the side, and it does a lot better. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with my eyes. As usual, I start with Candlelight. I'm going to show you guys something. I was running out of Candlelight, so I took the stopper off. See, you can see right in there. I'll show you what a normal one looks like. Normally they have a stopper. You can kind of see the plastic piece on the end. But I took the stopper off like a month ago, and I still have plenty in here. So if you're running to the bottom of your barrel, take that stopper off, use some tweezers, take it off. You're going to have like another month or two supply in there that you can now reach. Just a little trick. I'm supposed to drink that. Trying to not gain weight this holiday season. Okay, so I'm going to use candlelight to kind of color correct these lids. If you can see, it's kind of veiny and pigmented, and the candlelight does a really good job at counteracting those blues and greens. And then I always use, I let it set. This one not as long as some of the other pale ones that I want to really be opaque and cover. So you can use a brush, or I'll show you the difference, or you can use a finger. A lot of times I just use a finger for this layer. But it just depends on what you have at your disposal. These lights are not forgiving. That's okay, because that's kind of the whole point. So you can see how much I've never done one side or one side. See the difference in that? How much that left. So I'm going to fix this because I don't like the unevenness of it. And I need to wax my eyebrows. I try to do it myself. It gets kind of scary. So I don't. I do what I can reach, and I know it's not like gonna accidentally drip on my eyelashes. Okay, so we got that. Let's see here. What should we do? I think I'm gonna do a dark brown eye. So I still like to just leave a tad bit light in the corners. If I'm not doing a full on, like glam, like blended smoky eye, and I want just a really nice, pretty dark blended out, I do just leave a tiny bit here, but sometimes I like that whole dark lid. Should I do that or should I not? That's the question. Or, see, this is where I'm going to show you some things. Okay, I'm going to do something else because this rose gold shimmer is one of my favorites. We're going to do pretty dark, but not like my full lid dark. So I'm going to do Mocha Java Shimmer. Maybe Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. I'm just changing my mind all the way around. And I'm just going to get this inner lid really good. Trying to see. I see, I've never done on here like a full, like my normal, if I do a really dark lid, I've never done that on here. I always do a lot of smoky eyes. And lately it's kind of been fun to have a dark lid. Sandstone Pearl Shimmer I do usually let sit, but because I was talking I forgot. Let's do Mocha Java Shimmer. And I'm going to do that as kind of my mid-tone all over color. I normally don't wear shimmers too much, but and then I have gotten a couple of new brushes. I really like this one. I use this for the Rustic Brown. It blends really pretty. It's more of a flat, fluffy brush versus my usual kind of more rounded fluffy brushes. And with the Shadowsense, you want more fluffy because you're not really applying a powder. So you're moving the liquid around and then it dries to a powder. And that's what makes it so nicely blendable compared to powder makeups. Yeah, I think we'll go a darker lid. I like that. But see how I left just a little, it's mostly going to be a brown, but I left just a little bit in there that's light. All right, so to show you kind of how nice and pigmented this Rustic Brown is, we are going to do that. Look at that. And I kind of just dab. You're like, oh my gosh. I'm so debating on whether do I keep it out here in the corners or do I show you the whole glam. We'll go over it. I'm just gonna keep still the more darker pigmented over here, but just pull it in. Boy, I wish I was going somewhere tonight. Going to dance in the gym. Like, what is wrong with this girl? Okay, I'm gonna take another brush and just kind of blend out these edges. And I always fix my edges to the exact shape I want with candlelight at the end. So I'm never really too all concerned about, oh, I've gone too far. Candlelight covers everything. It's like the best thing ever. I just want just a little bit more still. That's mascara. But see how dark that was right away? You don't get that with garnet. Garnet, this would probably be a couple layers. And it's just got a more cool toned brown than garnet, which I like too. Garnet is a good, you can use it as an eyeliner with this really well. You can use it as a lot of garnets. Garnet's very multifunctional too. It's a part of that introductory trio that I always recommend everybody getting. I'm just deepening those corners to, if I had false eyelashes on, it'd really accent the lashes a lot out here on the corners. Like I said, I'm not so worried about the edge lines. Especially, I haven't put on my foundation yet either. Okay, so what I kind of like to do, depending on the feeling, I really like rose gold shimmer, and I will put some kind of in the middle, and it just gives a nice warm sparkle if that's what you're wanting. And also, if you have a color that you want as kind of an undertone, it's really kind of neat to put that, like it'd be neat to do that Bandana Shimmer one in the crease and then do this on top, and you just have that kind of red shimmer or a turquoise shimmer. Really pretty. I like doing more pinks and maroons because you can see my eyes. If I get maroons and browns and more warm colors, it makes my green eyes pop a lot. So working with what you got is pretty good too. Sorry, I'm supposed to drink all that. Let me see. All right, so this is rose gold glitter, and what I like about it, and I'm actually just placed an order for, we have just a straight up glitter Shadowsense that's out now. That's really pretty, but I love these looks for evening. It just adds, it's pretty sheer. Like the rose gold shimmer is very, very sheer. I wouldn't rely on it as a color, and I tell customers that they say they want it because they like the color, and I always tell them, it's not really much color. It'll add a little bit of warmth, but it's mostly about the glitter. Mostly about the glitter. And I just kind of blend that in with it. And it gives a really, really pretty, really, really pretty. And this is just that brush that I just used, so I'm kind of just blending in with any other extra product that's still on the brush to make it blend nice. Then if you're satisfied with that, what you could do is you could pull it around to your bottom lid if you want. I want to blend more out here. Let's try this. I've never used Rustic Brown as a liner. We can try it. I like smudging my stuff, my liners out anyway, so we'll see how this goes. Usually like just this is just the Rustic Brown. Still kind of want a little bit more. I don't know if it's just the lighting down here, but I just want just a little bit more. I'm gonna be like she crazy. I'm really wanting a dramatic eye at 11 a.m. in the morning with nowhere to go. It's all good practice for me. Because it's not like I'm a professional. And then I'm actually going to go along my brow line to make the brows pop. My not waxed, shapeless brows. Look at that. Look at that. We just look like we just got beat up. Just blending it out. And then watch what I do. See how that kind of got crazy? Then I take this brush, which has nothing to do with eyes or anything, but I like that it's flat and it's big, and it really follows along my eyebrows really well. So this kind of just corrects any shaping without taking a whole lot away, and I can still blend out with that brown if I want. Like if you don't want such a crease, you can just kind of blend it so it fades a little bit better, but it's now a little bit more controlled because I can't control my initial stuff as well. I'm not a professional. So that shaped it up, contoured my eyebrows, and like I said, oh, if I had falsies, it would look gorgeous. Another thing I've been liking to do, so I have Shimmer Copper Rose, and if I was really into it and like that shimmer, it's a little bit different than Rose Gold Shimmer. It actually has more pigment in it. So this is Shimmer Copper Rose. It doesn't have the glitter specks, so like a lot of times with this, you'll have glitter on other parts of your face due to the sparkliness of it. All right, so next, let's do, I got black eye scents. Black or brown? Black or brown? I also have a black brown eye scents, which is actually my favorite, but I'm currently not seeing it in my box. Never mind, it literally just jumped at me. So black brown it's not as bold as the black, but I use it for my everyday because it's not as bold as the black. But because I could do black, I just like my black brown. This is really hard to do in a lens, so don't judge. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this before or after foundation. This is really hard to do in a camera lens. Everything is backwards. So I always make a guideline, and then I go from the middle of my eye to the corner, and then I'll do my corner to the middle. 2 different strokes. It makes things a lot more even and a lot more which is really hard to do when you can't see anything. I might have to do black just so I can see it, because it's hard to see in my light. We're doing black because I can't see with this whole light and shadows. And the black is nice and bold. So I make that guideline, I draw it out to a point, and it gives me a nice little wing. And it's a lot better when I have a mirror and can see it while I'm doing it versus having a hand shadow. And then I'm going to go to this eye and do it again, rather than finishing that, just because I find it keeps it better even if I do the same task on both eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and do the inner eye to the outer. And the black works really well with lashes, and it's a little bit more forgiving if you don't get your lashes on exactly right. Oh, look at that. Everything's fixable. Again, working with the shadow is not easy. And find how you like to hold your hand and try to not have to move your wrist so much, or just one like solid motion, because when you start having to finagle your wrist and your hand, it just doesn't, like this side is harder for me because you'll be able to see your wrist movements in your eyeliner. Okay, so what I do is I don't do my mascara right away because I want to let that eyeliner set. Because this is waterproof, like long-lasting eyeliner, and it will be there. Like if you don't have eye makeup remover and you're trying and you wash your face like normal, you'll probably have bits of it on 2 days later. But if it doesn't set, it'll wipe right off. So you have to let it dry, otherwise it'll come off when you do your eyelash curler and everything else. So I like to get my eyes done, put this on, And then I'll start on everything else. And by the time I get back to my eyes, it'll be set and everything will be set. So, and the eye shadow's the same way. So you want... All right, so what I'm going to do is I've got tan and almond foundation. This is more my winter color. This is more my summer color. Both I could wear by themselves right now because they adjust 3 shades lighter and 3 shades darker, and I do that right now, depending on which one I can find at the given time. But when I have both of them handy, I like to mix them, just because I'm kind of at that in-between stage. So I just put it on my hand here. And I always start at my inner places where I've never had any lines with this makeup, but just natural makeup tendencies. You don't want to pull the thickest part of your makeup at your edges, because you want it to blend as well as possible, as naturally looking as possible with your neck, obviously. So I always start in the areas where I don't mind it being a little bit thicker and then brush it out. If you don't follow, I do a lot on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, do it. It's Behaving Space Boldly on Instagram, and I do a lot more selfies on there. It does sometimes transfer over to my actual page. My husband's texting me office jokes. Anybody like The Office? Yeah. And I'm trying not to laugh. Okay. So, that gives a pretty... You saw my face before I put this on. I have been using 2 different kinds of powder because the powder that we have, the finishing powder, you don't really need it, first of all. And I found that as long as I'm keeping my face nice and moisturized at night and in the morning, I'm not as oily as I was, because basically my skin's being natural. It's maintaining its balance it needs, and it's not sending a bunch of oil out there to moisturize my skin. So it's been better. Let's see here. So chocolate cherry really is my favorite, but I have a ton of toasted rose. We'll do chocolate cherry. I've been wearing a lot of toasted rose. I like that, and it's got a little bit more pigment than chocolate cherry, but chocolate cherry just is so pretty. I just would go with this a little bit better. It's very subtle, and it blends really nicely with my skin tone. Every skin tone takes the blush sense a little bit differently, and like pouty pink does not really show up at all on me, whereas pouty pink is really nice and pretty pink on people that might be a little bit more paler skin, or it shows up really well on darker skin. I'm just too close to that tone that it doesn't show up a whole heck of a lot. I'm looking at myself. So you can do contouring, and you can just pull some Mocha Java. If I can find it. And deepen your cheekbones right there. Let's see here. What would be the best brush? I need another, like, stiff brush like this. Because I like using this one for a highlighter, and I use this one for my blush. I need another one. Alright, so this is Mocha Java. I actually need to pull the stopper off because I gotta dig for this one. It's time. But you can do a nice, and I might just do this with the one I just used my blush on, and blend it in real nice. And you got to get to it pretty fast because I've noticed on the cheeks it dries a lot faster. I just kind of go under my cheekbones, and it just accents my cheekbones a little bit. See? A little bit nice. But you don't have to. And also, I'll put sometimes around the top of my head. I just wish I had a better brush. Maybe I can firm. We'll use this. It just kind of contours your face a bit, makes your face pop. And you can highlight it in different areas too. But I get my areas where I like. Everybody has different things that works better for them. I don't like it when faces are too contoured because I'm like, you look weird. And it's red right now because I just brushed it really hard. And it'll blend. And then you can use, we have a white corrective color concealer if you want to highlight a few spaces. But actually what I'm going to use, thought I had it. We have this Illuminator pearlizer, and I like using that under my eyes because not only is it conditioning my skin then, but it's also kind of highlighting that area and giving a nice kind of pearly sheen, if that's what you want. And highlighting that while being a really good eye cream. So that's pretty cool. It has our pearlizer mixed in with our eye cream, and it's just gives a nice little highlight underneath your eyes. And a nice little soft, dewy glow. Alright, what should we do for lips? Still trying to drink. I'm going to do a combo. Well, you know, Bella is my all-time favorite fall color. We'll do a combo with that. Maybe some Bella, Bombshell, and First Love. I like putting First Love, so matte colors do not do well on my lips. They don't. First Love, Bravo, and Apple Cider. They just don't. I don't know why. The pH level on my lips doesn't agree with it, and it always dries kind of funny. But I like using it as like a middle layer because they do have really, really pretty colors with them that you don't get in quite some of the other colors if you want a more matte look. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. We'll just do Bella and First Love, and then I'll do a matte gloss so you can see what a matte gloss looks like. Alright, so here's Bella. Normally I would suggest you clean your lips because I know that there's a lot of foundation on there right now. This is Very funny with that color. Do I want to put... Try something. I haven't tried this yet. This is our Undersense. Gloss. But doesn't seem to. I need to take the soccer out of this. So the thing about matte gloss running out is that it is our least moisturizing gloss, and it kind of takes some tricks for you to be comfortable with it, because it soaks in so fast, and then you find yourself like 2 minutes later needing to apply another layer because it starts to get sticky again. Hi Kim. Haven't done a video in a while. Alright, so I just put some Undersense on, and I'm going to try... Oh, look at my liner right there. I don't like that. I'll fix it. I'm going to try the volumizing lash sense with this, and we'll see how it goes. So the Undersense just adds even more volume and more length to your lids, lashes. Yeah, I can already feel the matte wearing off. But once you find your trick of what works with your pH level of your lips, you might only need one layer, you might need two. There's been times where I've been really dehydrated where I've had to apply a third layer before my lips were satisfied. Like I said, this tends to be not as fine as the regular lash scents. So it really depends on your preference. And I like to go through and just kind of brush out any clumps because I don't like clumps. I need a better brush. Or just use another one of my tester wands and go through, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Yeah, Kim. Sometimes I need 3. It really just depends on how hydrated I am. If I'm really hydrated, I'm like, oh, we only needed 2 rounds that time. Another trick is to put on glossy gloss, let it set in for about 2 minutes, and then wipe the remaining off, and then put matte gloss on top of that, so you'll still get the matte look without having to like apply multiple layers, and you got the good protection that the glossy gloss gives. So I'm just doing my second layer of matte gloss. One thing I did order in this last order that for sale, they have a new red glitter gloss, and those people that like red, especially this holiday season, I love my glitter glosses because it just gives like an extra oomph to the color for evening wear, and I get so many compliments on it. I wore, for our tree lighting, what did I wear? I wore a bold color, but I put gold glitter gloss on top of it, and I got like 2 compliments walking into downtown in the pitch dark. The only reason I'm going over is because I am like scraping this, and I'm not entirely sure how much I'm getting on my wand. I need to take this stopper off. Okay. Well, technically I'm like done, so done. And just a simple look. I'm gonna like put up Christmas decorations today. That's it. Maybe run to the library. I have a couple deliveries to do too. So we're gonna start Mystery Hostess Week this week. I'm gonna put up some specials. Actually, let's just do. If you want to buy anything that I just used, let's talk about it. I'll do 15% off any of the items I just used. So we've got any of our Make Sense foundation. You can get your own skin tone. You don't have to buy my skin tone. Make Sense foundation. It's waterproof, water resistant. I think we have to say water resistant, but I go swimming in this and it's fine. I used Candlelight, obviously, wherever it may be. I used Candlelight, and I used, here's Candlelight. I used Candlelight. I used Sandstone Shimmer. I think I just used a lot, just so you guys would have plenty options to have off. I used Rose Gold Shimmer. I used our new Rustic Brown. What do you think of the mascara? It really depends, Kim, because it depends. I like my regular lash scents for more finer lashes, but for more glam looks, the volume is pretty nice. What I don't necessarily like, it really still comes out very clumpy on the wand, so I have to really scrape off a lot of material, which I hope it goes back down in and it's not just a waste. What do I have on my hands? Okay, so where were we? Rose Gold Shimmer. I did use Mocha Java. Didn't really need to. It was just apparently for fun. I used Undersense. I used the mascara. What did I do? I think it's rubbing up. Mess. And that was in black. I used iSense. You can get whatever color, black or brown. I used Bella Lip Sense, and I used First Love Lip Sense. And then I used Chocolate Cherry Blush Sense. If you want any of those, if you want this look. Oh, and I used the Illuminator. Yeah, that's that nice dewy look I've got going on there. Illuminator. Love it. Eye cream. It highlights. It gives a nice dewy complexion. Matte gloss. I use matte gloss. And that's about it. So, let me know if you are interested in anything. And we're going to start the Mystery Hostess sale today. And it'll last. I'll announce when it's going to last too. I get kind of lazy with the end date. But yeah, holiday. So stock up on gifts. Stock up on stuff for yourself. Do whatever you want. Thank you for all the people that ordered for Black Friday week. That a lot of you participated, and that was very nice. I want red glitter gloss. I don't own a glitter gloss and have always wanted. Okay, well, if you want it, I'll save it back for you. I have one coming in, so it'll be yours. It's gonna be gorgeous, so especially for the holidays. And if anyone else wants red glitter gloss, I can always place an order at the end of the Mystery Hostess show or mid Mystery Hostess show, depending on how many people order. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later. We'll see ya. Have a good day.